I think I should have used different tripod stand. Okay, thank you all for joining back. So sorry that I had to end the first live show. I couldn't just bring up Lady Yemisi up. I couldn't bring her up, so sorry about that. So welcome back, everyone. So like I said, Lady Yemisi wears several hats. You can see from her bio, which I just read out. So we're going to have her back shortly. I'm very sure of that. And when she comes up, we'll begin the interview. But for those of you who have been watching, if you know you've been learning something, this is the second time now. Please kindly tell us what you've been learning. Okay, you see, sometimes some people say iPhone is better than Android. iPhone now is functioning very well. Okay, so if you have been learning so far, please type what you have been learning in the house to me. Oh my God. Here is my beautiful sister in the building. She is in short, she's a mixture of fun, a mixture of knowledge, a mixture of wisdom. But someone said you cannot hear. You can't hear me anymore. Lady Yemisi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I just
Oh,
can't see you, but I can hear you.
you can't see me. Oh my God, what's going on today? Everyone, can you see me? This is so weird. I can see you, I can hear you. Can everyone see me, please? Can you all see me? Let's know if it's from my end or it's from your end at the moment. Please, if you can hear me, you can see me, please type in the comment section. You can hear me, you can see me. Let me know. I can now. Okay, Kenneth can hear me now. But can you see me? Can you see me?
I'm
Uh,
scared to click.
said- okay, you know what? Let me disconnect my.
Oh, they can see you. They can see, I think they can see both of us actually.
Can see both of us. Okay. So I've disconnected my AirPods, so I think you should be able to hear me much better than
Yeah.
before. Okay, so great. So hi everyone, great day to you. Good to have you here. But before we commence, let's all give a very, very round let's say 1,000 claps if you can. I can't say that anyway, but use the thumbs up, your claps, the emoji, because today is Thanksgiving. She is meant to be with her family, and she's here because she sees us as part of our family. Come on, everyone, let me celebrate Mrs. Yemisi. Thank you so much. Like,
Happy
when
Thanksgiving.
I was thinking Thanksgiving was tomorrow, and when I remembered it was today, and I remember you're the one we're having today, and I'm like, today's Thanksgiving is you meant to be with family, and you chose to be on this live show. That really means a lot to me, and I must confess, I want to say a very big thank you to you, Lady MC. Thank you
Oh,
so
thank
much.
you.
God bless
Thank
you. God
you.
increase you, and happy
Amen.
Thanksgiving to everyone in the US. I wish I
Happy
can be there to eat all the chicken and all the rice and all the merriment, because our Thanksgiving is bigger than Christmas in the US, but I've never experienced any.
Thanksgiving.
So so
Next year.
hopefully maybe next year. I can't really
Hmm.
tell for now. So maybe hopefully next year. So thank you all so much. As the session is going on, please do well to ask your questions. We'd already taken out almost about 20 minutes. I was supposed to end by 7. I hope we can achieve everything within 7 minutes. Now, my question to you, which I'm going to be asking now, in terms of your experience, what can you say is the difference between a woman who actually desires wealth and who has built wealth? What can you really say?
Okay.
Because you are that woman who has practiced what you preached. You're a
Mm-hmm.
living testimony of what you do today. So, what can you say is the difference?
Sure, sure. And first of all, thank you for having me. This is awesome. I love what you're doing. I'm glad you stepped out and finally did it. So this is amazing. This is amazing. So I would say the woman that the difference between a woman that desires wealth compared to a woman that actually is ready to build wealth, honestly, it's just implementing, right? We have a lot of times, especially women, we want it so bad. We hear of how great it is. We do the research, we take the courses and the classes and the this and the that, but we never implement, right? And sometimes we're not even comfortable in our own skin to step out. Sometimes there's some things that happen in the past, maybe traumas. Who knows, right? Of course, fear, that's the biggest one. And so I'll run across a lot of women that they have all the knowledge. But when it's time to implement, they just stay stuck. They don't move. Now, the woman that's ready, what does she do? She gets the knowledge because you do want to be ready. You do need the knowledge, right? You don't just wake up and say, I'm going to do it. You get the knowledge, but then you start to implement it. You start doing things that may scare you a little bit, right? I necessarily don't want to do Instagram Live, but I know I need to do Instagram Live, right? So you start to implement those things that scare you. You start to grow. You start to look at your habits. Habits is a big one because if you're used to doing something, let's say you're used to waking up 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock every day, you just go take life as it comes. You don't have a schedule. You don't have a routine. You don't have strategies in place. You're going to have to shift some of those things to really begin to build wealth. So I would say the one that desires it usually looks at it as an idea. I would love to have this thing. It's awesome. But the one that's actually ready to build it, she's actually taking steps. She's implementing the things she's learned.
Wow. Thank you so much. And to our audience as well, thank you. I can see you're already putting that in the chat box. The different is implementing it. Thank you, Tush Exclusive. Thank you, Andrea Ogide, my dear sisters. Thank you, Miss Mutoni. Thank you so much. And Davidi, thank you. Everybody, in case I did not mention your name. And Tush Exclusive is the president of the Winning Woman Global, who they are actually the ones that made this possible today. So a big shout out to Winning Women. All of us are all Winning Women. Thank you all so much for this. And yes, implementation is key because like Mrs. Yemisi rightfully said, a lot of people are talkers. And that's why they said, if wishes were horses, even beggars would ride. The easiest thing to do is talk about it, but the most difficult thing is taking action. So a lot of people do not want to take action, yet they want to see the results. So thank you so much for saying implementation, because this is very key. If you do not implement, if you like pray for money tonight, if you like fast for money tonight, fast for 1 year, nothing would be delivered into your hands. And I've seen people who have tried to juxtapose implementation with prayer and fasting,
Fasting,
with
yeah,
a couple of other things that doesn't make sense, and that's why they don't see the results.
yeah,
So thank you so much for emphasizing on that. And you said something as well, because I saw that that was not typed in the chat box. You said something about your habits. Your habits, those habits are key. Our habit is what defines who we are. Our
that's right.
habit is what defines who we become. Our daily habit is a function of whether we'll come out as a millionaire or we'll come out with 0 naira in our accounts at the end of the day. The year is almost over. Some people are looking back at like all their goals they've written for the year. Where are my goals? Those beautiful
Yeah,
goals that looks as if I'm going to achieve. I felt a hard time, and now there is no time. December is here. And
that's right.
what is going on? How do I ensure that this goal become a reality? So thank you
Mm-hmm.
so much for that. So yes, thank you. Habits define who we are.
Yeah,
That is 100% true.
yeah,
So, but on the journey of this, your wealth creation, because I know you built an amazing empire with your super amazing husband that looks like your brother. I need to say that honestly, if you see her husband, you think he's a brother. It looks the synergy, the love. If you are not in a relationship, you won't know that these people have been married for 20 years. You think they just fell in love like few days ago. If you see her and her husband, the way they are behaving, like all those boyfriend girlfriend relationship. Oh, that's really applaudable. I really love both of them, because the synergy at after 20 years is something
yeah.
that is applaudable. So God bless you. God bless your wedding
Amen.
anniversary, and I pray for more years of happiness and in plenty
Amen.
for you. So on the
Amen.
journey to your wealth creation, what was one of the biggest mind shifts that you had to make? And how can women, even men who are listening right now, how can they start making that same shift today?
Yes. So this is a big one for me. Um, of course, being raised by an authentic Nigerian mother, everything was about doing your best, being the best, being first place, all of that, right? And we were
Mm,
taught you go to school, you earn all A's, you graduate, you get the great job, all of that. And also, um, the resilience, right? So it was like I had to do everything myself. In my mind, when it came to wealth, I had to do everything myself, and
mm,
that wore
mm,
me out. So I had to learn delegation, right? I had to learn that when you have a business, you're not also supposed to be your bookkeeper. I mean, some people say they enjoy
mhm,
that, but I didn't enjoy it. But in my mind, I thought I had to be the bookkeeper, the CPA. I
mm.
was trying to
Wow.
learn how to understand legalese as a lawyer and all of that, right? And so the biggest mindset for me was you need to delegate. Don't
Mm,
try to do everything yourself. Hire people that will help, what is it? Improve your weaknesses, right? So we all
mm,
have our strengths and we have our weaknesses. I know what I'm good at and I know what I'm not good at. And so the things I'm not good at, hire that out. Let somebody else do it. And I had this thing in my mind, I'm the owner. No one can do it better than me. It's
wow.
mine. It's my business and I'm going to do it. And one of my mentors said, you're going to burn yourself out. And that's exactly
So
what I
true.
did.
So
And so I
true.
had to learn it's okay to delegate and delegate the things you don't like. I don't like admin at
Mm,
all. I don't like
mm,
admin. And so hire that out. Get VAs, get people. And I know sometimes people say, oh, I don't have the money for that. But as you build little by little, yes, in the beginning, you might have to do most of it yourself. But as you start to build and the money starts coming in, start delegating quickly. Because again, if you don't,
mhm.
you're juggling so many balls and something is going to fall, right? And so I would say for me, that was the biggest mindset: delegate. You don't have to do everything yourself. And I think in our culture, again, you know, that's what we saw, right? My grandmother was an entrepreneur. My mother was an entrepreneur. And I grew up seeing them. They did everything themselves, right? And so I took on that same mindset. So now my kids know, mommy hires for everything. My, mommy hires for everything because I don't want to burn myself out again.
Thank you so much. That was really, really impressive. So I'll put it this way, in terms of delegating, send your money on errand. Let your money
That's right.
work for you.
That's right.
Because I used to be in that position as well. I want to do everything. I just feel that, you can't do it the
You
way I would
can.
do it. I just feel that I can do it better than anybody else because it's my vision, it's my dream.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
when I discovered that delegation will make your life easier, will make you
Yeah.
live longer, will make your life sweeter. So
Mm-hmm.
what happened is at the end of the day, I began to enjoy my life more. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I've noticed this is a normal trend with a lot of women, whereby you want to do everything yourself, but it's not something that is good for you, for your health, and for the relationship around you. Like Lady Yemise rightfully said, you will burn out. And when you burn out, people around you will not enjoy you. They see you as that naggy woman. They see you like the kind of love synergy I saw between her and her husband. I wouldn't have seen that synergy if she had not started delegating. So, for
Mm-hmm.
every man, woman watching this, the same thing goes to everyone. We need to learn the power of delegation.
That's right.
Delegating is one of the ways we can achieve greater results in our
Yeah.
businesses. You might think you're spending, but guess what? You're making more money at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day. There was a time I did not want to have a personal driver because I felt it was just a waste of money. Where am I going to that I need a personal driver? But I discovered that what I'm doing majorly is online as at that time. So if I don't have a personal driver, when I want to reach out, a client wants to reach out to me, or I need to have a meeting, I'm like, oh, I'm driving, oh, I'm in traffic, I'm this, I can't be
Mm-hmm.
talking to you. But having that was able to, you know how Nigeria can be with different kind of traffic everywhere. And when I'm able to have that, even sometimes when I didn't rest well at all, I'm able to get a nap in the car, maybe while going out for that meeting or something. I'm able
Mm-hmm.
to get things done better. So
Mhm.
delegation is really key. And thank you for emphasizing on that. Can you all see everyone that every day is something fresh? Every day is something new to go home with. And I'm excited that I'm learning something new. And I believe you are as well. Do not forget, if you have question for Lady Yemisi, please, except for the question of how can I relocate to US? That's the only question. How can I jump out to US? We are not taking such question on this live show. We are not teaching you how to japa. We are teaching
Yeah,
you how to be better in the year 2026.
that's
That
right.
is the kind of question you should ask us on this live show. So my next question is, based on what you do and the fact that you have helped several families, individuals, to break free from financial limitations, what do you think is the number one financial habit that keeps getting people stuck where they are?
Hmm. Very basic.
Hmm.
You'd be surprised how many people don't know how much money comes into their house and how much money goes out of their house.
Wow.
That's I, I'm all till now doing this for 22 years. I'm still flabbergasted when I say, "How much do you bring into the home?" And they'll say, I think around." That should be second nature. You have to know what's coming in, what's coming out, almost to the
Hmm.
penny if you're not, one of those earners that it fluctuates month to month. But if you have a stable 9 to 5, whatever the case may be, I should be able to ask you how much do you earn, and you tell me 10,000 a month or whatever, 50,000 a month, right? And so not knowing your numbers will always
Hmm.
keep you stuck because
Wow.
in your mind, you
Hmm.
think, oh, I'm earning 5,000 a month, but you're not. You're
Hmm.
probably earning $4,262 a month,
Wow.
but then you're spending 6,000 a month, right? And so you're always in this perpetual hole, this just cycle of I'm bringing in money, the money's going out. I'm bringing in money, the money's going out, or I'm spending more than I'm bringing in. And so I've learned over time that has kept people stuck. If people can just understand what comes in versus what goes out, get a handle on that first, then we can start to build wealth. A lot of people
Wow.
want to jump to, I want to buy property in Dubai. I want to buy this. I want to buy international. And all of that is great. We all want to buy property, in different countries. But before you can get there, tell me how much you earn
So
now,
true.
because that's going to determine what you can do later, right?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So true. So true. I love this. This is powerful. And the truth, honestly, what you just said, a lot of families, a lot of couple, they're guilty about this, especially for those who are not in active employment. You are into, maybe you have businesses you run. So
mhm,
a lot of people, I was impressed when I remember talking to a man and he was able to pull out an Excel sheet.
that's right.
He put out an Excel sheet and all their daily expenses,
Hmm.
monthly expenses broken down to how much
Yep,
they paid their nannies. Everything was in that Excel sheet.
yep,
And I was impressed. I've never seen that prior to
yeah,
that time. I've never seen that. So
absolutely.
not knowing your
Every week I go through my numbers. Every month I go through my net worth
mm,
spreadsheet. Same thing, Excel spreadsheet, because you want to see what's going on. Every morning I'm checking my bank accounts because you got to know you got to know what's happening. God forbid the banks go down. Ha. You know, or God forbid they charge you something they're not supposed to charge you. Or I had an attempt, somebody stole my purse and was trying to run up my credit cards. Like you have to be on top of these things. And so just remember
absolutely.
we talked about habits in the first question. If
Yes.
you're, and you're not, I'm not saying be crazy about it. You don't have to
Mhm.
be OCD about it. That's not what this is. But literally every Friday, or pick a day, I call Friday my admin days. Pick a day where
Wow.
I check my account, make sure everything is balanced, make sure Verizon pulled out the right amount they were supposed to pull out, right? And then every month I check my net worth spreadsheet to make sure, okay, is it going up? Or is it flat? And if God forbid it's
Wow.
going down, I need to figure out what investments do I need to move around. So you have to stay on top of your money, right? God gave this
Stay on
to
top of
you.
your money. Come on, type that.
This is,
Somebody.
yes, stay on top of your money. This is not something that should just be "Oh, I'll get to it when I get to it," or no, you need to manage your money. And when God sees
Mm,
that you can manage it well, he'll give you more, right? So you got to stay on top of it.
So true. Thank you so much. I love this, guys. Everyone listening, please, if you did not pick anything since we started this live show, I need you to pick this. This is very important. It can be a lifesaver for you, for your family.
Mhm.
It can really help you in the year 2026. Now, she
Absolutely.
said, pick your admin date. We are all busy. I agree. We all are busy. But she says something. Pick your admin dates. Now, if you are extremely busy, you have an accountant, you can have your accountant do this for you. And of course, you want to run through the numbers to see what she has done to be sure that it tallies with what you have at the back end. But
That's
ensure
right.
you pick your admin dates to know your numbers, to check your number. She said,
Mhm.
check your network spreadsheet and stay on top of your money. That is, if your
Mhm.
money is going down, or if your money is going, maybe you spend it because you never can tell. You'll be shocked to see that you're spending money on some things that is not even worth it. And
Yeah.
that actually would call back your attention and let you know that, you know what, you don't need to put more money in this particular area. You need to move the money to something else because this money could have brought about a better business opportunity and made your money to even increase. So, but
Mhm.
doing this little thing, in as much as it was little the way she said it, pick your admin dates to check your numbers, check your
Your network.
network spreadsheets, and stay on top of your money
You
to know
have to.
what is happening to your money.
You have
Otherwise,
to.
you just wake up, you're a millionaire today, and guess what? Tomorrow you are a zeronaire. I'm not praying that will happen to anybody listening to this. So,
Amen.
but please, this
Amen.
is very, very important. Thank you
Mm.
so much. We have Mrs. Funke Ade Tuberu watching. We were together in Morocco earlier this year. Good to have you watching. I should be joining us also on the live show in the coming days as well. Thank you for being a part and everyone who is joining as well. Okay, so now back to the one I love. Okay, so you know why I love it because I'll mention somebody's name now. Now, you operate multiple learning centers with your amazing, wonderful husband. So, what role does partnership, especially in marital partnership, play in building long term wealth for you as a family?
Oh, man. I would almost say it's number one. Like marital partnership, you have to be in agreement. I remember when we decided to purchase the first franchise, I talked to my husband about it and he was like, oh, yeah, let's do it. Now, remember, I was in government service. So, very good position. People will call
Mm-hmm.
that the dream position. You're crazy for leaving that position. I got all sorts of things. But I knew in my heart it was time to go. So I talked to my husband. And of course, you got to balance out the finances, right? And we were already looking at what's coming in, what's going out, and we were already living off of one income. That's another conversation for another time. But we were already living off of one income, and the other income we would just bank and invest. And so, talk to hubby. He was fine. Let's do this together. We started looking together. Every step of the process, he was involved. It wasn't like this
Wow.
is your business, you do it on your own,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to do something. This was our thing, right? Even though his strength is not in the math part of it, right? That's not his strength. My husband is more like the science or like, the history. Those are his strengths. I was more the math one. But even though that wasn't his strength, we sat down and documented, okay, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? He's very relational. I think that's why Sister BC and I get along because he's very much like Sister BC. They're more like brother and sister. He's very much, he's relational, engaging, loving. Not that I'm not, but I'm
You are
more
super
direct.
loving.
I'm more direct. Let's get it done. Like all this lovey-dovey is too much. Let's just get it done.
Oh my God,
So
sorry, my
that's what we
precious.
that's what we played on. We played on his strength. And so he would come in and relate to the families and all the smiles and all that. And I'm crunching the numbers in the back. So it's a partnership. He does his part, I do my part, and it works. And so I would
Wow,
say if you're
wow.
going into business with your spouse, it's not that both have to be, that's their number one strength, both businesses.
Mm-hmm.
No, but you guys figure out how do we both do this together?
So
How do
true.
we both grow this thing together?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And I know some couples, she has her business, he has his business. And I always wonder, how does that work? Because me, the way I am, I want to know what's going on in your business. But,
mm-hmm.
whatever works for you works, but that's what works for us.
Amazing. Well, that's really, really beautiful. And you built something really powerful together.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
sometimes, having your wife or your husband work with you in your same business can come up with a lot of issues, a lot of challenges. But you have done this successfully, very well. So, one question that I don't know if it's on my it's among the questions I have, but it's in my heart to ask you anyway because we've spoken about this and you said you were going to tell me out. There's something I can't do, homeschooling. Like it's going to drive me crazy, like really, really crazy. Like I have to use that word, so apologies. I'm using that word on the live show. But how have you been able to do this? Because I cannot do it. I don't think there's anything you want to tell me in this world that will make me homeschool my kids. There is nothing. I am not sure. I'm not
Okay.
joking about this. It was those
So,
children who drive me nuts
so,
from fighting, solving arguments, and no, 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 no. I don't think so.
so
So
first of
how have you
all,
been able to do this?
First of all, we have to remove I cannot do it. Because if you tell
Okay.
your mind you can't do it, it's not going to happen. There's nothing I can say that's going to make it happen.
Absolutely.
So I always, when I talk to parents about homeschooling, we growing up, or at least growing up here in the States, there was a generalization. No, let's just keep it real. Homeschoolers were weird. Let's just keep it real. Anyone that grew up in the States, in the 80s, 90s, the homeschoolers were weird. They were. But
Mm,
times have changed
so true.
significantly
Mm,
where it's no longer you're just home educating your child in the home. You
mm.
can hire teachers. We've done co ops. It's not that my husband and I are teaching our kids every subject. That's not what's
Okay.
happening. When they were
Okay.
younger, yes, I took some and he took some. But as they got older, you can hire teachers to come to your home to teach, or you can take them to a cooperative, small, right? So it's still
Okay.
that small, intimate, and the
Okay.
families are the one that are pitching in to pay the
Okay.
tuition of the teacher, or I'm sorry, the salary
Okay.
of the teacher, right?
Okay.
And so there's so many different ways. As my kids got older, especially my oldest one, now my middle one, because she's going on 17, I don't even really have to do anything. The older one, God forgive me. She was around maybe 16, 15. I forgot to check her work because she was so independent. When you
Wow.
raise them to be independent, they just go.
Wow.
She's the one that was telling me, "Mommy, you have to pay for my PSAT practice, and you have to do this. We didn't do that. Oh, college application, this, that." Because I forgot because she's independent. I was so focused on
Mm.
the younger two.
Younger
So there's
ones.
so many different, and your kids too, right? Yes, they may bicker because they're in the house all day, every day, but then you come up with things. We would go to the park, like we would have school in the park or have
Okay.
school in the backyard or in the library or meet
Okay.
up with friends. You have to make it interesting for them, right? They don't want to be in
Okay.
the house Monday through Friday
Okay.
just
That's
doing
that's
school.
exactly where I'm coming from. Like Monday
Exactly.
to Friday.
No,
It's
you can take them. Even
okay.
you, I mean, you travel all over. I'm like, I would love that because there's something called travel schooling. And so
Mm-hmm.
they everywhere you go, they're with you. They're actually learning what you taught
Mm-hmm.
them in the books. They're experiencing it in real life. Like that is amazing. Let's say you learned about the pyramids in Egypt and you all go to Egypt and they get to actually see the pyramid. Like that's
Mm.
amazing to me, right? And they have
So
their
true.
curriculum. So it's not that you are sitting there literally, okay, this is what we're going to do on the board today. No, that
Okay.
time
Okay.
has
I
changed.
get it now. Okay.
Yeah,
I
that
guess
time.
it's now. Okay.
Yeah.
Now when you were talking, I remember we had this friend. They
Hmm.
are white, and for
Hmm.
years that I've known them, they are always traveling.
Always.
Like they have more than 10 trips in a year to different countries,
Hmm.
and their kids are always homeschooled. Like
Always.
homeschooling is what they do.
That's
And
it.
basically, looking at what you're saying now, I don't know to make it boring. Of course, having them in one place, teaching
Hmm.
them can be boring, can be strenuous,
Hmm.
and can give you so much headache that you might even have to
Yeah.
be hospitalized at the end of the day from homeschooling. But looking at the way you are able to paint this, I've not seen it.
Mhm.
I wasn't looking at it in this way. I think
Yeah.
homeschooling can really, really be good and really be nice as well. I don't think I
Yeah.
want to explore it yet. Nah,
And
nah.
now,
How do I
and
go to the
today,
office?
and today they have the curriculums already built in. You're
Okay.
literally reading. They'll have the mom teacher curriculum and then the student curriculum, and so it's telling you
Okay.
how to read. So I have some parents that actually they're nanny. They train the nanny. Nanny
Oh.
goes through the curriculum. Nanny's the one teaching the kids.
Oh.
That's how.
Oh.
And then
I
you too,
see.
you build in the field trip days. So, okay, kids, on Tuesday,
Yes.
you're coming to the
This
office with
field trip.
mommy,
Okay.
and you let them see, like we let our kids see
Mm.
we show them our net worth. We let them see how much is coming in. They have to be a part of this thing.
Wow.
I need them to see, I
Wow.
need
That's
them to see what
amazing.
mommy and daddy are doing. So you all can begin to think for what you're going to do.
So
Because
true.
we don't want to necessarily say all of this is left for you, right? Because we don't want to raise spoiled or
Yes.
entitled children,
Entitled
right?
children.
So we
Yes.
want to teach them you all will build for yourself. We're going to give you the jumping spring. You're not going to start where we were, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, you two are going to learn how to earn and build for yourself as well.
Wow, wow. This is powerful. I'm glad I asked this question. That's amazing. I'm sure some women are picking some very, very amazing points and to know what to do and how to go about it. Now you see I'm having a live show, one just badging like and it's already calling my name. But it knows to go out very soon. Okay, so my next question for you and for
Hmm.
those who are watching, please, if you actually have a question for Mrs. Yemisi, please do well to type that in the chat box. So my next question for you is, what are the three foundational wealth principles you believe every household should teach their children before the age of 18?
Hmm. Okay.
The three foundational wealth principles every
Before,
household should teach their children before
mhm.
the age of 18.
Yes. How to manage your money, basically how to steward your money. That goes back to what we talked about earlier. What comes in, what goes out. How to earn strategically. Where, yes, we push education. Education is big in our house, but we push education not for you to go get a 9 to 5. My kids already know. I'm not pushing it for you to go get a 9 to 5. I'm pushing it for you to gain relationships and connections and all of that. That's why I'm pushing education, go to college, this and this and that. And the skills, you do earn or learn skills in college. So I'm not going to knock college. Um, but how to steward your money, how to earn strategically, and then, of course, how to invest. You, you can't. Some people think, oh, okay, I'm saving. I earn 50,000 a month, but I only spend 40,000, so I keep my additional 10 in the savings account. No, you're not saving. Inflation is eating that up for you. You have to now
Mm,
invest that money to do bigger and better things. As I always say, your money has to have grandkids, and it's the grandkids that you use to live the life you want to live.
ooh,
You don't spend the base. You invest the base and then let the base grow and give you grandkids. So I would say,
mm,
like I said, money management or stewarding your money, learning to earn strategically, meaning if you want a 9 to 5 and then you have, I don't like to say side hustles, but side businesses, um, whatever it is, digital, marketing, or my son, he likes trading and he has a good eye, or he understands, like, what is the thing? The day swings options thing. He understands it. Like he'll say, Daddy, don't sell yet. And if my husband listens to him, he'll make money. If my husband doesn't listen to him, he won't, he'll lose the money. So it's amazing how he already can see it and he can understand the graphs and all the things. I still don't get it till now. Um, and then the final one was investing. You have to learn how to invest. Uh-oh, did I lose her?
no, 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 you
Oh,
didn't.
okay. There we go.
You didn't. Thank you. This is really powerful. I'm learning. Please, if you're learning in the house, you're learning this beautiful day. Can you type in the chat box? I am learning. I am learning. And I hope the ladies, even the women from the winning woman, you are learning how not to spend what will continue to give you grandkids. That is, you spend your capital, you spend your money rather than thinking of or leaving your money in the bank. Okay. I hope you're learning how to invest. What are the things you need to do? How to find what stock is really, in terms of, it could be stock you want to invest, some passive income, you want to invest your money in, and you're getting your returns at the end of the year, or depending on how your returns are coming in, and that returns is what you are able to live the kind of life you want to live. So you're spending the grandkids of the money, you're not spending the money itself. So the money
Yeah,
is being duplicated to bring you
that's right.
so much in returns back. So I'm glad you are all learning. Beautiful. I'm learning a lot. Is this worth your time? Please, if it is worth your time, please type it is. Remember, today's Thanksgiving, and she had to be here because of you, because you are part of our family. Because the way Thanksgiving is done, you celebrate with your house on a feast. You come, invite
Mhm.
friends, people come over, and yet she feels she has to do this. And I'm really grateful to you, Mrs. Yemisi, for
Oh,
this.
thank
Now,
you.
one of the things she said that caught my attention while she was talking is education is not for you to go back to a 9 to 5. Hey, that is powerful. Imagine, and this is what a lot of people, while I was growing up, that's what was embedded in my medulla. Like
That's
exactly what I was taught is you get a good education, you get a good job. But
mhm.
right now, this is someone teaching our kids how to get education, not to go to a 9 to 5. So what is the reason, or why are you educating your kids in this current age and time? So you also need to know why you are sending them to school. If not, you better begin to homeschool your children. So another thing she said is, okay, I think we said that your money has grandkids and you should learn where to invest your money in. Oh my God, are we going to end the live show today, Lady? Hear me say, this is really powerful. And I think we need to do this. Like, it's almost as if I want to bring all my guests, all of them, they should come
Oh,
back on this live show. It's really, really, really amazing. Now, for someone
yeah,
who
thank
wants to
you.
transition from a salary mentality to an investor mentality, what do you think are the steps those individuals should take?
Hmm. Ask yourself why. Why do you want to transition from salary to entrepreneurship? And be honest with yourself. Don't say it's because everybody else is doing it. No, but no, really, why? I have some very close people to me that will not leave their 9 to 5, regardless
Mm,
of how much I've talked. Leave. There's so much in you you can do. You can start your own business. They cannot because they need the security.
mm,
And if you need that type of security, to me, I'm hearing fear, right? You're fearful that something is going to happen, right? And that's why you're leaning on this 9 to 5 job. Nothing is wrong with the 9 to 5 if you have a plan to leave later, but not to stay in the 9 to 5, because that's what everyone does. And I'm supposed to retire from a 9 to 5 and get a pension and all of that. No, right? So I would say ask yourself why. Why do you want to leave? And if you've come up with a real, honest answer, you start putting in those steps now. You got to start saving. You have to start investing because entrepreneurship, Sister BC will tell you up, down, up, down, up, down.
mm.
This month you're hitting your goals. Next month you
So
fell
true.
short. So you have to have
So
those
true.
reserves for those months that maybe you're not going to hit those goals, right? And it's okay. It's okay, but have the reserves. So you have some savings, you have some investments, habits. I'm going back to those habits. Entrepreneurship is a whole different beast, right? Your
Mm,
job, when you're working salary, automatically, let's say you wake up Monday morning. I remember I didn't like Monday mornings when I was with the government because I didn't want to go. But you have to go. That's your job. They expect you. I was 6:30 in the morning. They expect you there at 6:30 in the morning. When you're an entrepreneur, there's no one that's knocking on your door saying, get up. You have to have the discipline yourself to know you got to get up. Maybe you got to go work out. Maybe you have to do some mental mindset shifts of the day, right? You have to now start eating better, eating healthier, right? There's some things you're going to have to start doing to be as efficient as possible as an
mm,
entrepreneur, right? So you yourself are the one that's pushing yourself. It's no longer one boss or, the automated, that internal thing when you worked a 9 to 5, because you knew if you didn't show
Mm-hmm.
up, you're getting fired. You knew that, right? But you no longer have that option as an entrepreneur. It's going to have to come from within. And that's why I go back to ask yourself why. Why do you want to leave the 9 to 5?
Good question. Why do you want to leave the 9 to 5? And one of the things I say, just to add to what you said, is that if you are not financially grounded and whatever you're doing, aside from your 9 to 5, is not enough to give you better than the kind of lifestyle you have ongoing at the moment, and you
Mm-hmm.
leave your 9 to 5 job, you might be frustrated and you might get back to that 9 to 5 job in another organization. So
Yeah.
what you said is sunset, like you just hit the nail with the hammer very well. Like that was really amazing. But looking at the time, I would ask two more questions. And for those who are watching, please, if you have a question, please do well to ask in the chat box. So the next question I will be asking, I have many questions, but I have to just randomly pick them. So what are the most common mistakes some first-time investors make, and how do you think that this can be avoided? A lot of first-time investors, they're trying to build wealth. Yes, they've said the affirmation, they're trying to use their minds and everything, but how do they avoid it? Because sometimes some people make these mistakes and they're not ready to go back into business anymore.
Okay. So first time, like business owners or just first time
Yes,
investors in general?
business owners, investors, you can generalize it.
Okay. Okay. Lack of research. Lack of
Mm,
research is huge. I've seen it where people jumped into something that was trending, or they thought this is the money maker, so I'm just going to jump into it without even researching anything. Anything, right? Our franchise that we opened, it was a big risk because we opened it in a territory that it had never opened in before. And so it took months of
mm,
research, research. And I'm not just talking about research on the internet. We had to literally drive to the location. We would sit there in the morning, look at the car traffic, come in the afternoon, look at the car traffic, in the evening, same thing, talking to other different tenants in the area, doing all of this market research just to make sure we were making a good decision, a good business decision. Right. And so I find that a lot of people that jump into it, sometimes it's excitement, right? But a lot of times it is, I just want to be part of the trend. And if they're making money, I'm automatically going to make money.
mm.
So I would say, okay, there. Can you all see me?
Okay, yes, I can see you.
Okay. Market research is huge. You have to do your market research and don't rush it. If you've already decided this is what I'm going to do, I know my why. This is the new season for me. The Lord is with me. He's given me the go ahead. Then take your time and do your market research. Now, don't get stuck in what is it called? Analysis paralysis. Is that what it's called? Where
Analysis
you
that leads to paralysis. Yes.
exactly where you overanalyze and now this fear is keeping you stuck. Don't get stuck in that. But you do have to do market research, your due diligence. Go and talk to people that have done this thing before. And that's what we did. We went to people in other territories and said, "Hey, how did you get into this? How was it going? What are your regrets? What are some things you wish you'd done better?" Right? Even other states. I was calling people in other states. I actually flew to another state to observe and see how it was working there, right? So you got to do your due diligence. That's one that just gets me all the time. And then, of course, the finances. A lot of people don't prepare properly. I would say for a business, maybe have about a year reserve if you can get a year. Some people say 6 months, but you want to have a reserve because most businesses, you don't open today and tomorrow you're already making profit. Sometimes it takes a couple of months. Sometimes it takes a year. It just depends on the industry you're in.
Wow, wow. Come on, everyone. Type thank you to Mrs. Yemisi. This has been amazing, Lady Yemisi. Thank you so much.
Thank
My
you.
notes is full. Like I have a lot of points I've actually written down from what you have said so far. So does anybody have a question for Lady Yemi said this evening. Remember, she said, do your market research. As a woman who wants to have the millionaire mindset, you cannot take market research for granted. So you need to
Mm-mm.
do your market research and ensure that you do not do too much analysis that will lead to paralysis. Okay. Then she also made mention of doing your due diligence. Due diligence will save you a whole lot of headache and a lot
Yes.
of losses as well. So, everyone, if you have learned something, you have a question, please do well to ask your question as I ask her my own final question. So, if you have one, please drop that in the chat box. So, my final question for to you tonight is: if you had to give just one piece of advice to a woman who feels financially stuck, unmotivated, or afraid to take the next step, what would that be?
Hmm. I would just tell you, you can do it. You can do
Mm,
this. Yes, it seems like you can't, especially if it's a woman. Maybe she's married with children, or maybe not married. Maybe she has children. Um, and so sometimes as women, we tend to say, oh, I'll do it later. Maybe when the children are older or they're out of the house or, in my older years, I'll do it. You can do it now, but just you have to start with the baby steps. Know how much is coming in, how much is going out. I tend to talk to a lot of women that say, how can I balance being mommy, being the wife, being the
mm-hmm,
business owner, doing this, doing that? You can do it. And I hear this thing, you can't do everything at the same time. I don't believe that. I think you can
mm,
do everything. You just need to
mm,
delegate. You need to have
mm.
help, right? And yeah, sometimes help costs, but then sometimes you can get creative with this. I remember my sister used to be a what do they call them? Mommy's helper, a mommy's helper. So it wasn't a nanny because we know nanny costs a lot. It was just a mommy's helper. And this is the person that you can bring into your house for just a couple of hours, just maybe 3 hours a day, right? And she's doing some of the things to help you out in the house while you focus on that business. Right. And so a lot of this is structure. You have to have systems, structures. As we're sitting here, I have meat thawing in the in the sink. Right? I have meat
Thank you
thawing in
so
the sink.
much.
Yeah, so you have to you already schedules. Schedules are
Mm,
huge. Get your schedules
mm.
in order, right? With your children's schedules and your husband's schedules and the business schedule, right?
And your
But
own schedule as well, your own
yeah,
personal schedule.
yes. If you see my Google schedule, I color coded everybody, and
Wow.
mine is yellow. And so now my calendar is a bunch of yellows because in the past I used to put everybody else in front of me. And one day I sat down and I said, I see everybody blue, purple, pink. There were barely any yellows, and I changed that. I said, no, I'm going to put me first too. So
Nice.
now
Yeah,
it's a bunch of
nice.
yellows. It's a bunch of yellows.
Amazing, amazing. That's beautiful. Come on, everyone. Let's give us some claps, some emoji. She's still going to prepare for Thanksgiving, and she's here doing Thanksgiving with us. Oh my God. Thank you
It's
so much, Lady
okay.
Miss. Yeah, Miss. I
It's
appreciate it.
okay.
To have your schedule in order, yes. And also, one of the things I've learned also is put you first. Like you said, she checked everybody on her calendar and she wasn't there. And she had to
Hmm.
put herself in the yellow schedule or in the yellow calendar. I don't know how
Yep.
to put this right now. But the truth is, we as mothers, as wives, one of the
Hmm.
things we do not, or the society has brainwashed us to do or not to do, is to put ourselves forward, meaning that we're selfish when we try to think of us first. Sometimes when dinner is ready, I tell I remember my sister like, you're taking your food. You didn't even. I said when they are hungry, they'll come and I'm hungry and I need to eat. Anybody hungry will come and have their meal.
Exactly.
It's like you should come ask the kids to come. I say I am hungry. I want to eat. If the kids are hungry, they'll leave
No
whatever
cookie.
they are doing and come downstairs and ask
That's
for
right.
lunch or dinner.
That's
So
right.
I have
That's right.
learned over the years now to put myself first.
That's
I
right.
used to, I was making money, but I wasn't looking like someone that was making money years
Mm-hmm.
back. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because I never saw a reason why I should dress well, but I saw a
Mm-hmm.
reason why everybody should dress well. I
Mm-hmm.
would literally go shopping for clothes for myself, and I'll end up not bringing one
Same, same.
outfit back home.
Yeah.
Whatever I will bring home will be for my kids. So
Yep.
now I don't even shop in physical boutique anymore when I know that I have that bad habit. I still have it till
Mhm.
date, but what I just do is I ensure that I shop online for myself because I
Oh.
know it's a bad habit when I go into the stores. I'll just say, "Bit, oh, this one is going to be so nice on my daughter. Oh my God." And you know, when you have a girl, you just everything just come catchy,
Mhm.
catchy, catchy. You know, this particular, I think last 3 months, I had to be selfish. I said, you know what? It's just you are the boys are complaining. I need to settle the boys. Right
Yeah.
now, my boy, my son, my oldest son has more things than my daughter. It has never ever happened. That's
Oh
the
wow.
first time this will ever happen. And basically, what I'm trying to say is I've become selfish. Why? Because I matter. If
That's
I
right.
don't have love, I cannot give love. So
Mhm.
I might think that I'm giving love, but that's not love. That's
Yeah.
trying to ensure everybody is good. But am I good? Am I happy? Am I joyful? So this is really important as mothers, as women. Yes, put your husband also in your calendar, put your kids in your calendar, put your
Mhm.
extended families in your calendar. But
Yes.
in all the calendar, remember there was a you. And one thing I have come to realize, if anything happened to you, yes, they will cry. Yes, they won't be happy. They'll be sad. But after a while, even the children will just. I used to have a mother who loved me. That's what they
Mm.
will not remember you for. I used to have a mother who lived a life, who enjoyed a life, and also
Mhm.
ensure that we also lived a good life. So
That's
this
right.
is very important and very key. So I have a question here. We'll take that and I'll let you go enjoy your Thanksgiving. So David is asking this question. What advice will you give to your younger self looking forward to building a millionaire mindset? Okay.
Ooh, that's a good one,
Okay.
David. Ooh, that's a good one. So
Absolutely.
I would advise look in the mirror and
Mm-hmm.
start calling yourself that millionaire now. So,
Mm-hmm.
millionaire David, how are you? And start to envision, how does millionaire David behave? Where does millionaire David hang out? Yes, you may not have the funds right now, but you can go in certain areas. You can go to, the Four Seasons, or you can go to golf. What is it? Where they play golf, and this is something. Well, let me not say it on here, but this is something one of my mentors said. Definitely go to different places where they're hanging out, right? And dress,
Mm-hmm.
maybe buy a shirt or a pair of pants that millionaire David would wear, right? Start to feel what that person feels like now. But this is something you're going to have to start mentally preparing for.
Mm-hmm.
As a
Mm-hmm.
child, I would always say who I wanted to be in the future as a child. And I would always see her. And I would say, what does she look like? What does she drive? Where does she live? How does she act? I would always have this, I guess, as a vision in my head. And then little by little, you just start to implement it. So that's the advice I would get. Start calling yourself that person now. Maybe put little stickies, or I know some people need to have like different affirmations all over the place so they see it every single day. And then it starts to solidify itself in your brain. So that's where I would start. Just go hang out where they're at. Maybe go to the restaurant. Maybe you can't afford the Michelin star restaurant now, but you can go in and get an appetizer.
So
If an
true.
appetizer is $30, get an appetizer and just sit there, sit in the environment, observe, how do they talk, how do they behave, you know, being around them, you'll now start to feel like, oh, okay, even go to different open houses, maybe some of the mansions, go to the open houses. I know here in the States, you can just call up a realtor, or certain areas, certain neighborhoods, you do have to show certain letters that you actually can afford these homes, but most of them don't ask you. You can just say, I want to come to the open house, or I want to view this house or this mansion. Go to the car dealership. And if there's a specific car that you want, just go ask for a test drive. So start to practice now who you want to be for them.
Ooh, powerful, powerful session. Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you so much.
welcome.
Start to practice. Start to practice. Come on, let me see the claps. Let me see the fire emojis rolling in. This is really powerful. This is needed. People needed to hear this. If you're just joining, you have missed a whole lot. But what you need to do is that you need to go back to this live show, Once we post it, and you need to ensure you watch and take notes, because this was really powerful, very good, and can be a lifesaver before the end of 2025,
Yeah.
even in
Yeah.
the year 2026. Because some people are still confused. What should I do? 30 December in Nigeria is almost here. In some parts of the world, the merriment of the ember season is almost here. I am
Mhm.
also thinking of the merriment, but I spend with sense. My own is calculating, how do I maximize 30 December to make money? I'm not calculating how to really
Exactly.
spend money. I'm calculating how to make money.
Make
Because if
money.
you
That's
dirty
right.
your December, who will clean your January for you? So I
That's
don't want
right.
to dirty December and be looking for who to clean it. I need to enter January with money in my pocket. So my
Already.
head is
That's right.
calculating, how do I make money this dirty December, such
Hmm.
that in the new year I am now dirtying my new year for myself.
That's
So
right.
it's really important for those of you who are just joining. You go back and
Hmm.
watch and learn and know how to
Hmm.
position yourself better
Hmm.
before the end of this year, and of course
Hmm.
in the year 2026, because
Yeah.
this was really the first episode was powerful, the second episode, the third episode, I don't know what's going to happen in the fourth one, but I know it's just getting better, and it's getting alter, it's
Explosion.
getting more beautiful. When we started this, and I said, 12 days. Are you for real? Live show. What were we thinking? Live show for 12 days. How will I do this? It's not possible. But I'm
Yeah.
glad. Like,
Yeah.
I told you about this. We're supposed to do it, I think, last month, thereabout. And we moved it again to earlier this month. And I said, no. I told my assistant that, you know what? I'm going to send this invite myself to my people. Let
Okay.
me send it, because I was waiting on you, and you know what? We're going to do this. So for me,
Hmm.
I'm glad that we finally did this, and
Yeah. It's so
because
needed.
it's a blessing to people. A lot of people are
Hmm.
discouraged, a lot of people are tired,
Hmm.
people are going through a lot, not just in Nigeria, in different parts of the world.
Hmm.
And things like this help to build back their faith. Maybe there's
Hmm.
something they've been doing before. And just one thing you have said today has just help them to recenter their mind that, oh my God, I used to do this before. Oh, I need to go back. I used to pick my admin dates, but what happened? So maybe that's where I've missed it. I wasn't really checking what I was spending on. Like, there was this math I told people to do. Write a list of all what you spend your money on every month. Now, quarterly, check what you spend
Hmm.
on your house helps, on education, on
Hmm.
personal things. By the time you finish, you discover that you are a millionaire. You've made so
That's
much
right.
money this year, but you've wasted all of them.
That's right.
You've
Yeah.
wasted it even on things, maybe date nights, late night
Hmm.
hangout with friends, with your
Hmm.
family, take out a couple
Hmm.
pizza,
Hmm.
McDonald's. Like, my children, when we travel, is either McDonald's pizza. When I do swallow for them or Nigeria, we're like, oh, mommy, I want to eat pizza, I want to eat KFC. We are no longer in Nigeria where you make us eat Nigerian food. I say, you're not serious.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so for
that's actually
me,
one. That was actually one nugget I was going to leave with the people. Like you said, we're entering December, and a lot of
yes.
people are discouraged. A lot of people feel the anxiety of Christmas is here. I have to buy gifts. I
Mm-hmm,
have to. That's another
mm-hmm,
thing. You don't have to buy gifts, especially
mm.
for adults. But that's another conversation. But I
Wow,
always tell people in December is your time to reflect over the year. That's your time
wow.
to sit down. Like Lady B was saying, I usually have my clients go through their credit card statement,
Hmm.
and you can categorize, or maybe their bank statement, you can categorize what you spent over the year. So all your food, it'll show you how much you ate and you released from the back end.
Wow.
We
And that
did
would be
that
so
one
much.
year.
Oh,
The first year we did that for our children, we showed them. We said, look how much you people ate in the year.
oh
And they
my
said,
God.
we eat that much in a year? And I said, yes, you do. And we said,
I
look
need
at
to
how
do
much
this.
you,
I'm going to do
yes,
this.
yes, how much,
To
look how
show
much you
to
spent in
show them how
utilities.
much.
Look how much you spent in takeout. Look how much you spent in your
Hmm.
gas for your car. And when you see the numbers, your mind starts to shift. All of a sudden,
Hmm.
it's like, okay, we spent $24,000 in a year on just
Hmm.
food. What can we
Hmm.
do different for the new year? We
Mm-hmm.
spent, I don't know, $12,000 on gas for the car,
Gas.
right?
Mm-hmm.
When you see that, you start to make better intentional decisions. For instance,
So true.
if you know, like for me, if I know I have to go to Costco to get something, I ask myself, do I need to go right this minute? Or I know I'm going near Costco tomorrow. Can I just go
Tomorrow,
tomorrow
nice.
and not spend that extra gas today, right?
So
Because I
true.
know I spent a crazy amount of gas last year. So you need
Mm-hmm.
to see, there's something about seeing your numbers, right? And so I tell my clients in December, sit down and pull everything. And yes, you're going to be,
Oh, Lady
but at least
Yemisi, yeah,
you
you're
know
back.
the numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you can make better decisions for the upcoming year. I was working with one client. Her and her husband wanted to buy their first house. They couldn't understand why they couldn't afford it because they both were making six figures each. And they were just like, this doesn't make sense. We sat down and looked at their monthly expenses, Lady B.
Mm. Oh my
They
God.
were spending over $3,000 in wants, not
Wow.
needs.
Wow.
We took out all their needs, your rent, your all
Yes.
of that. We took that out.
Yes.
What was left was over 3,000 a month in wants. And what we found out was some of this was emotional spending because they worked so
Mm.
much. They were buying clothes and toys for their kids because their kids had to stay in daycare for 12 hours a day. So in order to compensate because they weren't there with the kids, they were buying all this extra stuff. And so
Mm.
once we found out you all have an additional over 3,000 a month, I said, that's your mortgage. That's why you can't buy a
Oh
house.
my God. Oh my
And
God.
so we were able to get that money and then they were able to buy their first house. So people have more money than they think. They just
Mm.
don't realize it because it's money in, money out.
Money out. Wow.
Okay.
Oh, Lady Yemisi, I wish we can just continue because this is really, 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 really interesting and a lot of knowledge. But I would still want to have you back when we have a live show again. We would love to have you again because our women are blessed. I can see the men are blessed as well. So you all just please say thank you, thank you, thank you. The Lord bless you. The Lord increase you. Thank you so much. On this special Thanksgiving Day, you came to spend an hour, 20 minutes with us. We want to say a
Oh,
big thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We
thank
really
you.
appreciate you, Lady Yemisi. I can say our people are saying thank you to you. We really,
Thank
really
you.
appreciate you. I wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Wish your
Thank
entire family and the entire US a happy Thanksgiving.
you.
And
Thank
hopefully,
you.
I don't know, maybe next year I'll be doing the Thanksgiving with you and
Yeah,
eating the Nigerian jollof in your house. I don't know
that's right.
yet.
That's right.
Okay, thank you so much. And thank you to our viewers.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much. What will make me happy and what will make Lady Yemisi fulfilled is the fact that you go back home, those points you've written down, you put them to use. Okay, you begin to study your numbers, you begin to check your finances, you begin to ensure that your money is working better for you and you're not spending out of based on your emotions. You're not just
Most
spending
definitely.
based on how you feel or based on somebody trying to more like cajole you or whatever into spending on them. So thank you so much once again. Thank you for our viewers. We appreciate you. We love you. Until we see again tomorrow, hopefully 6 p.m. I'll ask my assistant. I think we have a guest for tomorrow. If not, so sorry if we don't have a guest, but I think we do have a guest. We don't have a guest for 3 of the days yet. We're still trying to ensure that our other guests confirm their availability. So want to say thank you once again to everyone. If you're just joining, go back and watch this video again. And from me and from our entire people watching online, we want to say we love you. We appreciate you. Kisses to you, Lady Yemisi. And kisses to everyone watching online. I don't want to leave, but we have to go. I
All
love
right.
you and
Happy
God bless
Thanksgiving.
you. Thank you so much
Bye.
for being here. Bye, everyone. Thank
Bye.
you, Lady Yemisi. Thank you, Ma.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you too.